we are going to one of the worst rated thrift stores in all of Los Angeles, which is saying a lot because we have hundreds of thrift stores here. This thrift store has 3-star rating on Google, and let's see if we can find any gems. I've always gone by the motto that a thrift store does not have to be in a nice area to find really good items, but maybe I will take that statement back after we go and check this one out.
All right, friends, a lot of the reviews on this place talk about the cleanliness. I don't even think this is the employees. It probably is the customers, because I saw lots of employees like hanging things and picking trash up. So I don't know, friends, just seeing the entryway, I was like, ooh. But I have always said in my many years of thrifting that a thrift store does not have to be in a super nice area. It doesn't even have to be in a, I'm doing air quotes, nice area to find some gems. Right off the bat, I found this White House black market dress. The thing that I will tell you about this store is there are no sales. They have a military discount and they have a senior day, which I think is Wednesday. But other than that, there's no color of the tag sales. There's no color of the week. Like literally nothing. So almost all dresses were minimum $9.99. Doesn't matter if it was Boohoo or if it was White House Black Market. I thought this Urban Outfitters dress was somewhat nice. Like if this were $2, I would have picked it up, but not at $10. I actually do okay selling Urban Outfitters on my live sales. I did find this new with tags Caslon. I never know if I'm saying that right. I believe so. Nordstrom House brand. They had this with the dresses. This very much was like a tunic, $9.99. So you can see across the board, dresses are $9.99. A lot of the reviews talk about, how this store has no sales, how it's a bit overpriced. It's very dirty. It's a very, very big store. Like the size of a small Target. It's very, very big. But the reviews the day I'm filming this voiceover are currently at 3.0 out of 5. I don't know if I've ever seen a thrift store with ratings that low. This Baby, you guys know I never know how to say that name. $10. No, they had a ton of these Boohoo dresses. I almost picked up one for myself. They were all new with the tags. I forget what designer this is duping. This dress is a designer like knockoff style, but it was just too big for me. I couldn't find any in a size 6, but I was gonna pick it up for myself because I thought it would be a cute date night dress. I could film in it. I buy a lot of stuff at the thrift store to film YouTube videos in, but I could not find my size. They were all plus size or like a size 0, so I put that back. I do not resell that brand. That is one brand that I don't even care if it's new with the tags. I just can't sell it to save my life. And then the goofy things I do to get thumbnails for you all. This is me. I'm having my mom photograph me and I'm trying to get a thumbnail. This is what I do. My mom was like, you literally have to make a face like that. What are you doing? These are the things I have to do to get you all to click on the video. So subscribe if you are still here and you're seeing the sound of my voice and you appreciate me just making myself look like a fool. But that yellow Joie dress, Joie's another brand that if I pick it up, I'm either going to sell it on a live sell or I send it to ThredUp. I just sold a Joie top on ThredUp that I paid $2 for. It sold and it gave me a payout of $27. So enjoy. This is me getting a shot at one of the worst rated thrift stores for the thumbnail in Los Angeles. I did find this Beyond Yoga set made in the USA. Is all of Beyond Yoga made in the USA? I don't think I knew that, but size 1X. It was so soft and stretchy, and the whole set was $15. So you can see they do mark things up a little bit, but it had so much pilling, like so much that I don't even know that my sweater shaver could save it. Sorry, I forgot. Sometimes when I'm doing these voiceovers, I forget to turn my ringer off, but I decided to pass on that. Super Down is a brand I do have experience selling because I had a ton of it when I bought my Revolve palette many years ago. In 2019, I bought my first ever liquidation palette. It was from Revolve, and it was about $4,000. I think it was like $4,400 to be exact, for about 350 pieces. And I would not buy that again. And now those palettes have like tripled / quadrupled in price. I am not exaggerating. I just saw one sell the other day for $16,000. So I would not buy that palette again. I did find this Ralph Lauren dress. It was severely shrunken. I did find a sold comp for this exact dress for $27, but that one was in perfect condition. This one used to be a dress. It is now a teen boy's top. Like, that's how shrunken it is. I was thinking of getting it for myself. I am definitely like in a style revolution. I don't even know what to call it, but like this, if you showed me this 10 years ago, I'd be like, I'd never wear that. Now, mom of 2 kids, I'm like, yeah, I could pair that with something and maybe some boots, or I could dress it up, dress it down. I wanted to make it work, but it was just severely shrunken. And it's supposed to be like a very rich navy color, and you can tell it's faded. And of course, they priced it as a dress. It was $10 across the board. All dresses here start at $10, which I don't think is bad. Even for reselling, I could make it work, but everything I found that I could make it work had severe flaws. I did find this Banana Republic dress. Banana Republic has been one of my top 10 selling brands this year. And it had really cute necktie, really good print, but this dress is old. I looked at the date tag, which you can see here. If you didn't know, all Banana Republic stuff, unless someone cuts it off, you can see the date it was made, and that was over 10 years old. And I really try, I was just watching a video where a girl was talking about actually how the older stuff is better quality, but I mean, the dress was 100% polyester, and I just was like, the sell-through rate on that particular style was so low. I think it was like 5%. So that's why I ultimately decided to pass. I was going to say, like, I try to stick to the more recent pieces, but honestly, that's not true. I do sell a lot of vintage Banana Republic, but it has to be more of a standout piece than that. This store had a ton of Boohoo, Shein, Misguided. The cashier told me they get a ton of direct donations, Fashion Nova, because, they all have huge I always call it factories. I don't think that's the proper word. They all have huge warehouses here. I did find this DVF Diane von Furstenberg dress. They had marked up to 15, had stains all over it. This is something I picked up. This is a Wrangler dress. I don't know if it's missing the belt, because you can see it has the belt loops, but I didn't see a belt, and it's 100% cotton. It's my favorite color. I was like, if this is vintage, I will sell it. If it is not vintage, I'm keeping it. And I've already worn this dress twice. I love this dress. It is very comfy. And it's my favorite color. But I did look it up. I'm going to show you some listings of it. I couldn't find any exact sold comps for this exact one, but I found this random online store that has it listed for $52, but I couldn't find any sold comps. And I don't think this was vintage from what I was able to see. Like, this is a piece that I think you could maybe even find in the store. But I paired this with a black turtleneck, some knee-high boots, wore it out for dinner with a couple of friends, like a casual dinner. I dressed it down. I wore it to like a school event for my son. It's very comfortable. I love it. But this is the one thing I got from this store, friends. It's just a lot of the stuff they have that would be worth for me picking up to resell was so damaged. Like that DVF dress it had stains, it had holes. This is the hard goods section, the start of it. It was rough, friends. It was rough. It was rough. That's all. I mean, you can just see it was rough. The clothing area was not bad, but the hard goods section, some of it looked like a tornado had hit. So I kind of understand the reviews about this store. I will say I would have been able to pick up so much more. Even if they did like a 30% off sale, I probably could have gotten some Banana Republic pieces, because they did have like some Banana Republic dresses that was on the verge of picking up, but they marked it up to like $15 to $17. So I'm not going to say that the reviews are harsh, but I'm not going to blame anyone for this. But you can see, you have eyes. You can see. You see. That's all I'm going to say. You see. Alrighty, friends. I just wanted to end off this video with saying I am not, because anytime I make like kind of negative videos about a thrift store, people will be like, don't blame the employees. It's not their fault. I'm not blaming anyone. Okay. I was just showing you what it was when I was there. So no blame to customers, because some people will say you should blame the customers. They're the ones who make it dirty, or you don't blame the employee. I'm not blaming anyone. I was just showing you all what it was. So all I got, and I'm sure I mentioned this in the voiceover, the only thing I got was that Wrangler corduroy dress. I've already worn it twice, and it's very comfy. I enjoy it. It's a little bit big on me, and I love the way it fits. I love it. It does have, I'm sure I mentioned this, belt loops, but it didn't come with a belt. But it's such a low waist. Like, I tried to put a belt on and it just looked weird. Like, my natural waist is pretty high, so it just looked weird. So I just wore it without a belt. Some black tights, a black long sleeve shirt. One time I wore it with knee-high boots. The other time I wore it with combat boots for like a kid's thing. Both of them looked great. I love it. But that's all I got. Yeah. If that store had sales, and I know I mentioned this, but if they had even like 50% off or 20, I know 50's a lot. Like, I'm so spoiled. I will be very honest, and I always tell you all this. I understand that where I live gives me a significant advantage to reselling. Here in Southern California, well, no, I shouldn't say Southern California. The way our Goodwills are structured, I'm just chatting at this point if you were here sharing thrifting info. Southern California is huge, as most of you know. So each like area in Southern California is run by its like own district. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, that's how they explained it to me. So like 50 of the stores in the Los Angeles area are one district, but then like 20 of the stores in the southern part of the county are another district. And then Orange County, which is technically not Los Angeles County, they're their own. I don't like thrifting there. And I have been trying. I know a lot of you live in Orange County. Orange County is like, depending on what part, like 30 minutes to an hour south, maybe more based on traffic, of Los Angeles. It is so expensive, like way more expensive than Los Angeles. Some of you were like telling me some of your honey holes, which I appreciate, but I haven't even, like, some of you are like, well, what are you doing? Are you thrifting in Laguna? Are you thrifting in Newport? No, I'm going to like Fountain Valley. I'm going inland too. What are some other inland cities? It's just that whole county. If you are ever a tourist, I don't recommend going thrifting in Orange County if you can help it. They have great inventory. It is just very expensive. And if you can take the time to drive even 30 minutes north and get into Los Angeles County, you can save a lot of money. It's just very expensive down there. And this is coming from someone who lives in one of the most expensive cities in our country. That area, I don't thrift there very often. Maybe once every couple years. So the area, I say all that to say, the area that this thrift store is in, unless you have like a senior discount, a military discount, I asked the cashier, or a student discount, like right now they have no sales. They used to have a $2 day, they used to have a $1 day, she told me. They used to do like color tags would be 50% off, 20% off, but she was like, I don't know, I'm just the little man on the totem pole. They don't tell us why they get rid of sales, but they have literally gotten rid of every sale. And she did tell me that they have like a couple people that pull really good stuff to put on their e-commerce website. So I was like, oh man. So I don't know that I'll go back there. They had okay stuff, but like
okay stuff to pick up if it was $2. I'm just so spoiled because, like I said, there's a group of like 50 thrift stores in the LA area that have great sales, like 50% off 4 days of the week. And then that color tag will, let's say the color tag is purple. So anything with the color tag purple on it, it's like Sunday through Wednesday, it's 50% off. Then on Thursday, all purple tags become $2.79, so I just call it $3 day. And then Friday, it's $2.50, and then Saturday, it's $2. Years ago, they used to have Dollar Day. It was 1 day a week and it was $1 and it was amazing. But I'm just grateful that they even have these sales. And they used to have it where 2 color tags were on sale. So like purple would be 50% off and yellow would be 25% off. So I'm just grateful they still have sales, because there are some stores that have no sales. And I know a lot of you experience that. You tell me, like, where I live, we absolutely have no sales. Like, you are so lucky to have a $3 day, a $2 day. We have nothing. One of you, I can't remember where you told me you lived. It was somewhere in the South. Was it like Mississippi or Alabama? She was saying they don't even do senior discounts. That was actually shocking. She's like, we don't have military discount. I think this might just be her little area, because I've been thrifting in Alabama, and they gave like 30% off for military, and it was like a great senior discount, like 30. But I was in Huntsville, Alabama, and she told me she's in a small town area. So I feel for some of you that have no sales, and I realize I am spoiled, and that this thrift store was a rude awakening. So subscribe if you have enjoyed this video. If you like these types of videos where it feels like you're hanging out with a friend, we go sourcing, whether you're a reseller or you're just a shopper and you just like to see what's at thrift stores around the country. By the way, I have thrifted in 49 states. So if you like to see what they're selling in Cheyenne, Wyoming, I have a video on it. If you want to see what you can get in Hawaii, that's the last state I thrifted in, I've got it. If you like to thrift in Dallas or you're curious, I go there multiple times a year because my dad lives near there, my grandparents. I'm going there for Christmas time. You better believe I'm going to have a ton of Dallas videos for you. The last state we have to thrift is Alaska, coming 2026. But I have at least 20 or 30 videos traveling around this country thrifting. There is one video where I thrifted in Manhattan and New Jersey that I thought I posted on this channel, and I did not. So it's making me realize I think I just have that footage. I don't know if I should post that. I was so slim in that footage. That was pre-children. I think it was like 2018. It was before I even started this channel. But I remember thinking, oh, I should edit that and put that on my new reselling channel, because I started this channel in the like mid 2019, end of 2019. I don't think I ever posted that, so I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Would you be interested in seeing that? I also still have a video from Japan that I never posted because none of you really watched those videos. I did post 2 videos while we were on our honeymoon in Japan, so if you want to see those, you can just search on my channel, friends. I even thrifted in Sydney, Australia. Like Scotland, I've taken you all around the world, literally, friends. So subscribe if you enjoy these. I travel a lot, and anytime I travel, I go thrifting. The last state we have to thrift in is Alaska, and you better believe I'm gonna film. I'm 99% sure we're gonna do a cruise, so I've gotta like map out the cruise route, make sure I can hit up a couple thrift stores. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon.